Now we're on to part 2, or step 2, sorry, where we're going to be harvesting specific data that we'll need to make our ratios. And so the first one is sales and revenue from the income statement. So Alt-Tab to get back to Excel, and then Control page down to the income statement. And the sales revenue, which I want, is on line 2, but I also want to get line 1 at this first time because I want to get the years. So starting from cell A1, I'm going to hold down Shift, go down 1, and then across to the 2022 year, Control C, Control page down, and then Alt E S for special, and then V for values, enter. Good. And then Alt Tab, and the next one I want is EBIT after unusual expenses, which is also from the income statement. So Alt Tab to get back to Excel, Control page up, and EBIT is on line 19. Hold down Shift, go all the way across, Control C, Control page down, and then down to a new line, Alt E S V, enter. And then Alt Tab, the next thing we need is inventories, or sorry, net income, which is also from the income statement. Alt Tab, so Control page up, and net income, line 40. Hold down Shift, goes all the way across, Control C, Control page down, down a line, Alt E S V, enter. Then the next one is inventories, and it's on the balance sheet assets. Control Tab and Control page up, and inventories, line 14, hold down Shift, go all the way across, Control C, Control page down, and 2 Control page downs, and then down 1, Alt E S V, enter. And then Alt Tab, the next thing we need is total current assets. That means assets for this current year that could be liquidated within the year. And that's on the balance sheet assets as well. Alt Tab, Control page up, and then total current assets. Oh, there it is, line 21. Hold down Shift, go all the way across, Control C, Control page down, down arrow, Alt E S V, enter. And then we want total assets, Control page up, and total assets is down line 36, hold down Shift, go all the way across, Control C, Control page down, down arrow, Alt E S V, enter. And then Alt Tab, we want total current liabilities. This is from the balance sheet liabilities. Alt Tab, Control page up, and total current liabilities is line 12, Shift all the way across to 2022, Control C, Control page down 3 times, down arrow, Alt E S V, enter. And then now total liabilities, also from the balance sheet liabilities, Control page up. And then total liabilities down 25, Shift all the way across, Control C, Control page down arrow, Alt E S V, enter. Alt Tab. And then we want retained earnings. And so Alt Tab, Control page up, and retained earnings are line 34, Shift across, line 34 on mine, I don't know what it is on yours, Control C, Control page down arrow, Alt E S V, enter. And then we want total shareholders equity. Alt Tab, Control page up, total shareholders equity, there it is, line 40, Shift across, Control C, Control page down, and down arrow, Alt E S V, enter. And then we want outstanding shares. Alt Tab, and I'm going to just go down an arrow. I'm going to save what we have right now, Control S, just to save, just in case. And now total outstanding shares, Control page up. There it is. And it has it arranged, transposed from what I want, and out of order. And I'm going to prove that to you. So I'm in cell A1 right now, and I'm going to sort it, hold down Alt and then down arrow to sort it. And I'm going to sort it smallest to largest. And then I'm going to go down to 2018, the first year I chart, and hold down, I'm going to copy the years and the numbers just to show you that the numbers line up. And so Shift down to 2022 and across, Control C, and then control page down, 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 down. And then I'm going to start this in cell B12, Alt-E-SV, but it's also transposed. In the bottom right-hand corner, you see transpose has an E underlined, so I'm going to hit the E and then enter. And sure enough, in column B, the 2018 lines up with the 2018 of column B above. And the 2022 in column F lines up with the 22. So I know that I got it right. So now I'm going to get rid of this row, which is Control minus, and then R, enter. And I'm going to type in here shares outstanding. And then I must an Alt tab. The next one is share prices. That one I also have to type in. And that one is Control up all the way to the top, share prices. And the same thing with this one. For the same reason, I have to go Alt, I have to go to column B in this case, Alt down arrow, and the smallest to largest. And it's column 7 that I want, which is the end of year 1. And just to prove that to you, I'm going to go Alt tab back to our web page, and then Control tab to the where we got it from. And you'll see that the second last column is the yearly close, which we wanted on the end of the year. And so Alt tab. And so I'm not even going to bother lining up the years because I think you believe me now. But I'm going to go down to the bottom column G. So I'm going to hit the N key once and the down key once. And I'm going to grab from 2018. I'll hold down Shift all the way to 2022. And Control C, Control page down, 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 down. And then Alt-E-SV-E, enter. And I'm going to Control S to save it. Now, the next thing I got to do is get rid of these B's, these for billions. And so I'm going to go down up to the first one. Oh, I'm also going to make the column wider. Now, it does a weird thing. It repeats the names. So if I just go Alt-H, that gets on the home ribbon, and it's format, which is O, format cells, and it's column width. And if I do auto column width, which is I, do you see how it just looks ugly repeating the names like that? So I'm going to make it 24 spaces across. So Alt-H, O, and then it's W where I set the width, and I'm going to set it to 24. And that looks nice. And now I'm going to get rid of the B's. So the first B is in cell B2. I'm going to hold down Shift, go across. Now you might have some M's here. And if you do, let's do those separately. In other words, if I had a whole row of M's, I would just leave that row open and get the ones before it and after it. But for me, I have all B's. And then Control H for replace. And I'm getting B and I'm replacing it with nothing. And notice that to replace all in the bottom left hand, the A is underlined. I can't just type in A because that will just add it to this find what field. But I can go Alt A to accept that, and it already took them all away. Okay, and then escape. So these are numbers in billions, but I actually want them to be billions. And you might say, that's going to make the numbers too large. I mean, it's convenient like this, 64.3 as long as we know it's billions. But we are going to need it to actually be billions to work in the formula when we compare it with share prices. And so we can have the best of both worlds. We can have it in billions and still be showing like this. And the way to do that, first to make it billions, I'm going to go and to H1 and type in a billion, which is 1E9 is a billion. And then I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to select all these numbers that had billions. So it's not the share prices. It's just the ones above that. And then I'm going to go Alt-ES, special. And notice in the second section, which is the operation section, there's a multiply with an M. I'm going to choose M, and then I'm going to hit Enter. And it's going to multiply what I copied, the billion, with all these numbers. Now I can get rid of this billion in cell H1. I don't need it anymore. It's done its work. And now I'm going to make all of these be the format that I like, which is Control 1, and then Tab, and I'm going to go down to Custom, and I'm going to go across Tab again to go to Type. And the format I like is pound comma, pound, 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 dot 00. So it's some number, comma, I put like commas between my thousands, and then pound, pound, pound. And then I want to retain the 2 decimal places that they have for data. And then I want to show it in billions. So if I put a comma afterwards, it's showing it in thousands. If I put a second comma, it's showing it in millions. If I put a third comma, it's showing it in billions. And then enter. Now it looks good, but look what happens when I click on cell B2 or move to cell B2. Look at the formula bar above it. It's the actual number. It actually is 64.3 billion, but it just appears this way here. If this was an income statement, I'd have to label this, this is numbers in billions like they do. Anyways, but now it is all ready to go. I'm going to go Control S to save it, and I'm done part 2.